Hi there, it's Anna Bradshaw again with Craft with Anna. I'm going to do a quick card for you here today. So I'm using the Cherry O stamp set from Close to My Heart. It was from a Workshops on the Go. I've got my tulip ink here. I love their stamp pads. A little scratch piece of paper, it might be from my mind's eye, I'm not really sure. And I love the way this starburst is down here. And I thought I was going to use some of those brads, but I ended up not doing it. So I just fold my piece of paper. Again, it's a scratch piece of paper. It's probably a round regular card size. And I just use my scoring tool there to flatten out the edges perfectly. So I'm going to use my favorite red duck adhesive, and I'm just going to put some tape onto the paper, stick it down onto my card base. I'm going to slide it all the way over to the edge here. And see that part hanging off the edge? Cut it off with my scissors. I'm over the measuring part, so I just line my paper up and cut off the excess, and that's always the perfect size. I don't have to worry about, is it 1/8 of an inch, is it a 2/8? I'm not good with math, so I keep it simple when I'm crafting. That way I can focus my energy on the creativeness. Okay, so you know when you cut something and a little bit hangs over the edge and you just can't quite get it cut? I just use my scoring tool to kind of fold over the top there. Kind of make it follow the crease of the card. Okay, so I've got my little bowl on my stamp pad. I love my acrylic stamps. Thank goodness they came out with those. It's made a stamper out of me. And I stamp it on my scratch pad and boom, cut it out. Cut off this little top of the bowl. I thought maybe I was going to leave it on there, but it looked funky, so now I'm trying to figure out what the story of my card's going to be. And I thought I was going to use that starburst there, but my original plan never starts out that way. So to keep my border here straight, I just laid it down on the table and then put my stamp pad on top of it instead of trying to lay it onto my stamp block. I hope that makes sense. March it around on the ink pad and stamp off the excess ink on a scratch piece of paper because I want the second generation of that stamp, the lighter color. So again, stamped it on the scratch pad and then onto my card. And I've got a really cute little checkerboard pattern now. And I think it looks like a table. So I draw a line to make it look like that even more. Candy time! No, just kidding. It's where I keep all my chalk inks. And I'm going to ink the edges of this bowl because it's a slightly brighter cream color than my card base. So I'm just kind of disguising that fact here by inking it with this soft brown color. And then I go crazy. I decide I'm gonna make it all cream color, but leave that white strip on the top so it looks like the bowl is decoratively colored. And I get my favorite pop dots out here, the candy dots. I just love those. Again, because they keep the card nice and flat, and then when I go to mail it, I don't have to pay extra postage. Sometimes if I do a lot of layering with pop dots, then I have to fork out that extra, I don't know what it is, 15 cents or whatever. Okay, so now I've got my sentiment stamp here, and it says, have a happy day. That's pretty generic. I can send it out to anybody. And my coordinating pack of embellishments in tulip, and it comes with buttons, ribbon, some hanging things, I don't know what they're called, and some matching brads as well. And I thought, wouldn't that be cute to use a button as a little cherry? So now I've got my stamps on there, and I'm sorry you didn't get to see how I did it, but I'll show you how I did it on the inside of the card, okay? I cut out the stamped cherry that I put on there, and I just used a glue dot to stick my little button down in there. Now I'm going to stamp my sentiment. It says, have a happy day. Pretty universal. Goes with everything, and it's perfect for the summer too. And so now I've got my garden green ink out there again, and I'm going to do another set of cherries on the inside of the card. So I put both cherries onto my stamp block, march, 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 march into the ink, and stamp it down in that little corner. And now when I go to put my stems on, and you know, you can stamp however you want to, but this is the way I like to do things. First I put it on the block, and then I realized, no, I want the stems to actually match up with the cherries. So I put the stamps upside down onto the card, and then I'm just going to take my stamp block and stick it down onto the stamps, and now they're perfectly where I want them to be. March, 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 and stamp. Isn't that cool? So now they're exactly where I want them to go, and I'm going to do the exact same thing with the leaves. So actually I think these cherries turned out better than on the front, but oh well. Why shouldn't the inside of the card be just as nice as the outside? And then another thing that I've taken to doing in the last couple years is I like to embellish the back of the card, because really nobody expects to see anything back there except the price. So I'm going to put another bowl back here, and it's very important to sign your cards so that people know that it's handmade. And so I've got my little signature in there. Now I'm looking for a little bling, and that's not quite the right color red that I'm looking for, and I really want something more muted. So I've got these Creative Memories flat sparkly blings that I dole out very sparingly, so I'm only going to use one here. But I thought that looks like a cherry, so first I put it over on this side, and then I said, no, that's too much balance going on, so I put it over with my signature. And now these cherries, this little button up here, it looked kind of blank, so I decide I'm going to put some coordinating brads through those holes, and that turned out really good. I just put a glue dot on the back, and my card's done. I'm just looking to make sure nothing's funky about it. Nope, the stamps are all perfect, and I really like the way that it looks here. I do go back in later on, and I draw a little leaf on that bling in the back to make it look like a cherry too. But wasn't that a fun card to make? Thanks for stopping by, and I'll look forward to sharing another video with you again soon. Have a great day.